It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Moments away, it'll be the Indiana Pacers going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, these guys are in the doldrums, a real tough stretch with only one win to show for their last 9 games. So we're right around halfway through the season. Shaq, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system, you have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say, do your analysis, never make changes out of emotion.
Okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you.
I
understood it. I understood
All right.
it.
You did?
Not really, but.
Me either. And now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
The Pacers look to take charge, and we're going to bring it to you here from Indianapolis, Indiana. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. D.A. will join us tonight on the sideline. Last game for the Pacers, they pick up the W against the Charlotte Hornets. And I don't think I was the only one surprised, not just by their win, but, guys, by what an emphatic win it was.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
No question about it. Honed in completely. They demonstrated real grit in a tough place to play, and they got the result they wanted.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Victor Oladipo trained with Dwayne Wade heading into last season. Now, Wade says, we talked about not knowing the path of your career. Don't put limitations on yourself. The result for Oladipo was an all-star appearance. Kevin?
He's definitely on an upward trajectory, D.A. Thank you. At this very early stage, we know players are still trying to gel with one another. But, Clark, just how much can a team really change between the start of the season and the end of the season?
Kevin, it can be a night and day change in some cases because of injuries or change in personnel. Those things can show up during the course of a long season to make teams look totally different. And I think the changes that transpire with teams are usually more pronounced with younger teams because you can actually sometimes see those guys get better and better from week to week.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for San Antonio, we've got Medu, DeRozan out there at Bledsoe. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Gasol. And at the center, locking down the middle. Collison kicks to Bogdanovic. Good, and the assist goes to Collison.
On the perimeter and on the inside, too, Bogdanovic able to put points on the board.
Middleton outside. Now the pass to DeRozan. Good defensive work there by Young. Stolen by Bledsoe. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Good.
And you know what? I like the tough-mindedness of Bledsoe. I mean, it's never easy trying to keep him under control, especially when he's driving the ball.
Now, here's Bogdanovic. 14 points from him the last game against the Hornets in Charlotte. And Turner kicks to Oladipo. Clock at 6. Rob. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Young with the steal. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play.
Outstanding anticipation that time from Oladipo, seeing the floor extremely well and then zipping the pass over to the open man.
The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Middleton. Pass to Medu. Bledsoe dishes to Gasol. Shoots over Turner, and there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Bledsoe.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Collison finds Oladipo. Back to Collison. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That is his first foul of the game. Turner, the bounce pass. Collison feeling it out a bit. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from the line, and the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Off to a nice start here. They've hit all 3 from the field.
Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against the Grizzlies. Gasol passes to Bledsoe. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And Eric Bledsoe, so gifted athletically. He's got to learn to read the game as fast as he plays it, and that's a process. Staying under control, using change of pace, those are things he can tighten up.
First one falls for him. And playing under Chauncey Billups and Chris Paul, Eric Bledsoe got the message about playing Clark at 2 speeds.
Well, you know, it's almost like baseball. You've got to have a little change of pace in your game, the change-up to keep hitters off balance in baseball, same in basketball. And his strength helps him, too, now. He can hold off his defender while he downshifts to make decisions with the ball.
And Eric Bledsoe, a player who many thought might be a great fit in Milwaukee, but that wasn't the case.
And I'm not sure if it was a play style issue or something else. Fact is, they moved him in the offseason after only a half season of trying things out. Certainly one of the more surprising moves in a wild summer.
Here's Bledsoe after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Passes it to Medu. Bledsoe against Collison. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Here's Medu. No good on the triple. For Indiana, they've gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Oladipo finds Turner. Indiana moving the ball around. Bogdanovich kept alive by Indiana. Collison, the pass to Oladipo. Second shot opportunity. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on DeRozan.
Last year was a great home return for Oladipo, the former Hoosier. Played easily his best season of basketball since being the 2nd overall pick back in 2013. Made his first All-Star appearance as well, and I've got a feeling he's got more of those All-Star appearances in front of him.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. And for Oladipo, the change was a welcome one for Pacer fans who saw him come over in that Paul George trade with Oklahoma City.
No doubt about it. Perfect opportunity for Oladipo. It was like the homecoming for him, Kevin. He played in Bloomington at Indiana University for 3 years, endeared himself to the fans there on and off the court, and that just carried over when he got to the Pacers. He did change his body, though, and got stronger and quicker with the ball, a big reason for his ascension.
And what about the way Gasol sees the floor? So gifted at whipping the ball all over to the open man.
Oladipo against DeRozan to the middle. And Young kicks to Collison. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by DeRozan. And a fast break now for the Spurs. DeRozan leading the charge.
Boy, DeRozan is a treat to watch. This guy is athletic, and he throws down some monster dunks. This dude is sick at the rim.
And last summer, after 9 terrific seasons in Toronto, DeMar DeRozan traded to San Antonio.
And guys, you have to feel for the sudden change for DeRozan. Gave Toronto some of their best years, At the same time, happy that DeRozan has gone to an organization that has proven success over the years.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. Both free throws good from DeRozan.
And with DeRozan getting traded, he said he felt backstabbed by Raptors management after they said he wouldn't be traded. At the end of the day, people will do what's best for their own position, whether they're a GM or a player. But you better believe they'll love DeRozan in Toronto forever, no matter what jersey he wears.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Tough finish from Bogdanovic. He's got a nice big frame for a wingman.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And the free throw, no good.
And, you know, the Pacers were one of the better teams in the East last year. Many wondered just how or why the Pacers were so good. I think you point to the chemistry this team has as something that you can't deny, along with having a star that endeared himself to his teammates in Oladipo.
Now, here's Oladipo, following the miss by DeRozan.
Oh, you can't let Turner get that deep inside. When you do, he's going to abuse you with a throwdown right on top of your head.
Here's DeRozan. A terrific shot on the turnaround. DeRozan's got 6. And along with the chemistry the Pacers enjoy, another strength, Clark, is their guard play.
Well, Kevin, they've got a number of guards that can initiate the offense, and they all do it fairly efficiently. Don't turn it over much, and they all can shoot it and drive it. So that group of guards is really a strong part of this team.
4 on the clock. Left side, Turner. It's stolen by DeRozan. And the Spurs pushing it up now. And the jam by Bledsoe.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
Collison kicks to Turner. Tipped away. It's stolen by DeRozan. By himself. And DeRozan throws it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. And it's Evans in for Victor Oladipo. The Spurs also with the sub. Hurdle's checked in.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
And, you know, last year was a bit of a mixed bag for Miles Turner. I mean, he was expected to take another big leap forward into stardom, but didn't quite get to that point. But sometimes growth is not a straight line. It's up and down, sideways a bit. This young man's got the character and talent to be an all-star in the near future.
That free throw, no good. And Clark, with Turner last season, battled some injuries and had to work to come back to his consistent rotation time role.
Kevin, how many times have I said it? I know we're in the microwave age, but you have to be patient with these young guys, especially big guys. They just traditionally take longer to develop. you've got to remember he played 1 year of college basketball at an outstanding rookie year. The sophomore year, a little bit bumpy, but still progress made. This guy's got great promise and potential, and he's going to be an impact player for a long time.
Now, here's Bellinelli. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. 6 on the shot clock. DeRozan. The teardrop falls in.
Timeout.
DeRozan's got 10.
He's been turned up this quarter, showing a lot of confidence and sinking a lot of his shots.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. You're always looking for guys with confidence, but then some guys maybe go a little bit too far with that element, and the efficiency level will drop below their talent level. There are guys that can be swayed by that.
Yeah, you're right, and it's a mixed bag with those kind of guys because the talent is always on display, and it's hard not to appreciate it, but the inconsistency is frustrating. Perhaps the guy who maybe best epitomizes that is Lance Stevenson, because when he's good, he can give you a lot of stuff at both ends. When he's sideways, he can hurt you a little bit too.
And so it's San Antonio with it, following the score by Indiana. Kicks it to Bellinelli. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Evans against Bellinelli. And it's Evans missing.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
Bellinelli finds Walker. Evans against Bellinelli. Walker in the corner. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. That 3 off the mark.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
Joseph looking around. Now the pass to McDermott. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. McDermott's got himself on the board with 3 there.
This is Dougie McBuckets at his best, a lights-out shooter from beyond the arc.
Walker with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Bellinelli. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. And the Spurs lead by 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Evans. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte. There's the 3. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You take a look at the Warriors. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, the Spurs, just way behind.
And, you know, for the Spurs, there were fears they'd be one of the NBA's doormats this season. Those fears have turned out to be well-founded.
And, you know, I don't think they need to wait for the offseason to start making some changes. I think they can start the rebuilding process right now.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Now here's McDermott. DeRozan defending. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And the Spurs now in the post-Kawhi Leonard era of the franchise. Greg, how do they recover, do you think?
If any team can survive losing a player of Kawhi's caliber, it's got to be the Spurs. They have good depth, got a good return in the trade, and players will step up. Won't be the power they once were for a while, but they'll rebound in no time.
And he makes the first.
And when you think of McDermott, the first thing that comes to my mind anyway is three-point shooting ability. He's very effective spacing the floor.
The Spurs making a switch here. Forbes checked in. And McDermott drops them both. Here is Forbes. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. He kicks it to Bellinelli. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Bellinelli's got 6. Pacers trail by 8. Joseph dishes to McDermott. 1:43 left in the first. Sabonis inside. Bellinelli is covering, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Spurs leading by 8. Now Walker still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Bellinelli. Misses the 3. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And it's Evans missing. San Antonio's gone 0 of 4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Here is Forbes. The dish now to Bellinelli. Outside, Walker. Down low. Here's Forbes. And too long on the shot. Pacers trail by 8. And here's Joseph for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Joseph's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Forbes kicks to Bellinelli. Feeds to Pirtle. Here's Forbes. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Indiana's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And here's Evans. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Pass to Joseph. Three-pointer. And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for San Antonio. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll get right back to the action when we return. The NBA game drawing fans from every culture. And Pau Gasol definitely feeling the love from the Spanish and Latino community.
I always notice the fans that support us and make us feel, pretty much since I got to the NBA, all the Latino fans showed a lot of love and support towards me, so I appreciate it.
The game going global, and no better ambassador than Pau Gasol.
And as the players grow more international, fans from every country and continent, for that matter, finding more and more reason to root for the NBA.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, everything is sharp. I mean, nothing forced, precise passes, taking care of the ball. That's good stuff.
On the court for San Antonio, we've got Quincy Pondexter. Pirtle is out there with Medu. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's Forbes in at the point guard position. That free throw, no good. And Clark, you played your entire career with the Pacers. What was your favorite memory during that time?
Well, certainly realizing the dream of being an NBA player, Kevin. I was the 8th pick overall. It was close to where I played in college at Ohio State. And then being able to perform at a high level to be a unanimous all-rookie team selection, that was a pretty good highlight for me starting my career.
He hits the second from the line. Clark, we all know you are one of the best players and maybe the greatest high school class ever. Guys who are now in the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. What a list of names and great players.
Yeah, terrific players, and proud and privileged to be part of that class. 1979 is what you talk about. Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas, James Worthy. Ralph Sampson, Terry Cummings. I could go on and on and on, but obviously some of those guys, Hall of Famers and distinguished not just in what they did in high school and college and the pros, but in how many of them have lived their lives off the court too.
Bellinelli with it. Now defended by McDermott. A nice shot by Pondexter.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Joseph, the pass to O'Quinn. Back to Joseph. Passes it to Evans. Joseph with the ball. Bellinelli is covering. Now here's Joseph. Defense is right there. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Indiana. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. Then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And for that game against the Kings, this is a game that they are expected to win. But sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with the victory.
And Marco Bellinelli, a player who has always been able to light it up from outside.
And Belly has been on so many teams in his career, but is always a wanted commodity due to his shooting. Very quick and easy way to add outside shooting to a team. He can honestly play a long time just on how badly teams need shooting in our league.
And the first one at the line is good.
Bellinelli, a very intelligent guard who helps space the floor with his three-point shooting.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Pau Gasol is checked in for San Antonio. Eric Bledsoe comes in for Bryn Forbes. Both free throws good from Bellinelli. Well, with Kawhi Leonard gone, a new era for the Spurs. Even with the addition of DeMar DeRozan, San Antonio looks to be entering their most significant rebuild in decades.
Yeah, but at least they were able to get a star in DeRozan. Now, I would call it more of a reload than a rebuild for the Spurs. Still a lot of talent to work with on that roster.
Here is Bledsoe. After the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Here's Gasol. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
And it's the Pacers with the ball after Pau Gasol's bucket. It's Oladipo on the wing. Bellinelli is covering.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Here's Pondexter, and it's sent back by Turner.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
Collison finds Turner. Oladipo against Bellinelli. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Oladipo.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And, you know, that's a second foul early in this quarter. I think he's got to be much more cautious in how he defends now.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Bellinelli. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. In the corner, Middleton with it. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. 5 to shoot. Bledsoe with it. Picked up by Collison. For 3, Middleton. That one no good. So the Pacers will take it the other way. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That sets in motion a 4-game road trip for him. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Pirtle, the pass to Bledsoe. Turner against Gasol. Shoots over Turner. Gasol no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Oladipo misses. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Spurs. Pondexter with it. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Bledsoe kicks to Gasol. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 3 assists now in this one. Timeout called the Pacers.
And Pau Gasol really on the tail end of what has been a Hall of Fame career. He's a 2-time champion, international star, nothing left to prove, but still manages to put up points with his sharp approach to the game.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Quincy Pondexter. Collison with it, now guarded by Bledsoe. Collison against Bledsoe. Collison dishes to Oladipo. It's stolen by DeRozan. Puts it up from 12. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. DeRozan's got 12. And with Pau Gasol, even after almost 2 decades in the league, Greg, he is still a very effective player.
You know, Pau just never seems to get credit for how smart a player he is. When he makes a play on offense, he knows exactly how a defense will react, what will open up, and what the best options are. Kobe knows just how great a teammate Gasol is, and Gasol's knowledge of the game really on an elite level.
Pacers trail by 13. Bogdanovich finds Collison. High, arcing shot. He takes it up and lays it in.
Collison very crafty there. I mean, effective at creating for himself that time in the screen and roll.
Bledsoe passes to DeRozan. Now Gasol, guarded by Oladipo. Gasol dishes to Pirtle. Turner with the steal. Now here's Collison. He had 13 points in the win against the Hornets in Charlotte. Outside Turner fires the 3. The rebound by the Spurs.
Boy, I'm surprised he couldn't put that away. I mean, the defense clearly botched an assignment, leaving him open.
And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That is his first foul of the game. Pirtle kicks to DeRozan. Back to Pirtle. Collison against Bledsoe. Shot clock at 6.
Love to see Turner getting after it on defense, just throwing himself at the shooter and making him think twice about the release.
DeRozan against Oladipo. There's the pass to Bledsoe. Over Collison. Gasol trying to free himself up. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Now Oladipo. He's got 6. A 3-ball. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Now here's Middleton. It's stolen by Oladipo. DeRozan's shot is good.
And you want to talk about high-volume scores, just look at what DeRozan's doing tonight. He's been on a mission, putting his mark on this game in a big way.
Here's Young. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Now here's Bledsoe after Darren Collison's miss. Pass to Middleton. Pass to Pirtle. Kicks to Bledsoe. Just 5 to shoot. Gasol trying to free himself up. Great D that time from Collison. Bogdanovich against Middleton. And here's Collison. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Outside, Bogdanovich buries the long-range jumper. Bogdanovich has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Pacers. Bogdanovich. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Passes to DeRozan. Over Oladipo. DeRozan's shot is off. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for Indiana. They beat the Spurs during their last encounter in San Antonio.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Greg, we know how important it is when you can go to your reserves without much drop-off in production. It gives you a big advantage. I know they'd love to see that again tonight.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
First free throw is good. And the Spurs with some changes. Medu, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Walker comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Eric Bledsoe. Both free throws good from DeRozan.
Tell you what, as a former Pacer myself, the fans have to love this young core they put together. Oladipo and Sabonis via trade, Turner through the draft. That's a very strong core to build with.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, since the rise of the Warriors, we've seen a fair amount of soul-searching by the league's other contenders. There is incredible pressure to shake things up. Now, sometimes it can elevate a team, but we have often seen it also can tear a team apart.
It can be fragile for sure. David, thank you so much. The Spurs have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And they've increased their percentage quite a bit since last season, guys.
Free throw, no good for Forbes. And for the Pacers and their young group, Clark, they all want to grow together.
Yeah, there's outstanding alignment from the very top of the front office, obviously with the coaching staff, and then the players. Tremendous chemistry when you look at the way this team embraces one another. And Oladipo has emerged not only as the star, but the leader who's very well respected by his teammates.
And here's Walker. Following the three from Tyreek Evans. DeRozan's shot is good.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot, Greg. It's definitely given the defenders something extra to think about.
And the Pacers call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
The pass to Medu. He kicks to Gasol. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. To the paint. Stolen by O'Quinn. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for Indiana.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts. So you have to think they ought to feed those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
Here is Forbes. Pass to Gasol. Kicks to Forbes. Pass to Walker. Lets the three fly. Sabonis grabs the board. Pacers trail by 8. Evans outside. Dishes to McDermott. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots from 14, and nothing but hair on that one.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Really good point, Greg. I mean, you want to keep that balance, and attacking inside creates space for shooters, and having shooters creates opportunities inside, so it works hand in glove.
Here's Evans, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Shoots over Walker. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Evans. And Forbes kicks to Walker. 43 seconds left in the first half. Sabonis with the steal. McDermott finds Evans. Over to the wing. Now here's Joseph. Tight defense on him. The baseline J. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here is Forbes. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
And so it's San Antonio with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops, getting rebounding, getting out and pushing, finding lanes, finding open guys.
And you made the most of it, Chris. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. DeMar DeRozan putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He ended up with 22 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 steals. An extremely potent first 2 quarters for him. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
DeMar DeRozan is a really tough cover. Makes strong, decisive moves. Know he has the vertical to rise above defenders. And if you take a physical approach to trying to stop him, he will live at the free throw line, a place I didn't want to live at.
Kenny, what did you think about Indiana?
Well, look, they turn the ball over way too much. You can't do that in the NBA. Teams are just too talented. You can't give them that many possessions. Don't give away the entire game just by giving up an extra few possessions here and there. These guys need to come with more precision in the second half.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And we return to Indianapolis, Indiana, with a look at all the activity taking place in this terrific downtown. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you, 2 quarters in the books. And here's Collison, who will bring it up for Indiana, trailing by 10. Collison and Oladipo are the guard set. Down low, it's Young and Turner. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And for Victor Oladipo, for so many teams, he was the second option on offense. But now, Clark, he's shown he is a full-fledged #1 option.
And you know the thing about that, Kevin, that's really heartening is his teammates love him being in that spot. And that speaks to Oladipo's unselfishness and character. I mean, Russell Westbrook and Aaron Gordon both had great things to say about Oladipo's success leading the team. And again, just a credit to who he is as a young man.
San Antonio leading by 10. Bledsoe outside. Fades back. The rebound by Turner.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
And DeRozan kicks to Gasol. Here's Bledsoe. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. That's now 8 points for Eric Bledsoe.
Tremendous explosion towards the rack. Bledsoe in attack mode, and I love it.
Turner passes to Collison, and he banks in the layup.
That one goes down, but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the third quarter.
Passes it to DeRozan. Over Bogdanovich, off the left rim and out. Pacers trail by 10. The kick out to Collison. It's Oladipo on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. The pass to Bogdanovich. Turner trying to free himself up. A nice shot by Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got 10 points.
And you let Bogdanovich just catch and shoot like that, he'll make more than he misses of those.
Here's DeRozan. The Pacers pull it in.
1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
To the middle. Here's Oladipo. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
You know, you got to give it up for Oladipo, being able to maintain his poise and not letting the contact bother him. That's good concentration.
Now here's Middleton. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. DeRozan's shot is good.
They're up right now because he's been dominant on offense, and man, I like seeing him catch fire like this.
Collison with it. Eric Bledsoe covering. DeRozan against Collison. Young for 3. The rebound by Medu. San Antonio leading by 7. Bledsoe kicks to Gasol. Middleton for 3. It's hauled in by Collison. Indiana's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play, going to the line for 1.
And that's what makes Young so dangerous, in my opinion. I mean, his ability to cut in off the bounce and finish through contact, that puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
And for his whole career, Thaddeus Young has been a player not afraid, Greg, of attacking defenders head on.
Young has such a great first burst of speed. He really is a handful to deal with. Gets a lot of transition buckets that way, and in the half court can set up teammates by creating space. In the latter part of his career, I think he's taken on more of a vocal leadership role as well.
Here's Turner after Eric Bledsoe's score. Shoots over Pirtle. The shot by Turner, no good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
And so here is Indiana following the basket by Chris Middleton. Collison finds Oladipo over Bellinelli. And it doesn't even draw iron.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
A nice shot by Pondexter.
Nice ball movement on display there. Bellinelli, a decent passer, capable of connecting well with his teammates.
Timeout called the Pacers. This NBA, Clark, amazing. The potential now for some players to play into their 40s. In fact, we're seeing a couple guys in their 40s playing right now and playing well.
Yeah, you know, I thought about it when we started to see this influx, Kevin, of high school players coming into the league at 19, 20, 21 with the advancement in nutrition knowledge and training methods and preservation of the body and taking care of it, that we might see more longer careers. But if you start at 21 and play 15 years, that's still only 36. So I think we're going to see some more guys in the 40s, but I still think it's going to be a small number by and large.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 10. And Bellinelli kicks to Pondexter. Young with the steal. Now here's Bogdanovich, guarded closely. Collison, the pass to Turner. Pass to Oladipo. 4 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. Rebound, San Antonio. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
Bledsoe with it. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game.
You know, Bledsoe has developed his passing skills to the point where you've got to respect that part of his game. He's doing a nice job finding his open guys.
Now here's Collison, trailing by 13. Turner dishes to Oladipo. Back to Turner. Shoots over Pondexter. The putback. Young on the follow. Young's got his second basket of the night.
You know, those are the plays where you really see Young's quickness off the floor. He's got a great, quick second jump, which leads to second chance scores.
Now here's Bledsoe. 10 points for him. Pass to Bellinelli. Back to Bledsoe. From deep. It's rebounded by Indiana. Oladipo's got 5 rebounds tonight. And the wide open shot from Collison. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got assist number 5 here tonight. San Antonio leading by 8. Bledsoe finds Bellinelli. And here is Pondexter. Pass to Bledsoe. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
It's Oladipo on the wing. Bellinelli is covering. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Some changes for Indiana. Sabonis comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's Evans in for Darren Collison. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Walker's checked in. San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd. Bledsoe outside. He kicks it to Bellinelli. The pass to Pondexter. Right at the free throw line. Here's Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
And Pirtle has stick-to-itiveness on the offensive glass. He just throws himself in the mix to come up with those boards.
Oladipo with the ball. Eric Bledsoe covering. Pass to Sabonis. Kicks to Evans. The fader. Bledsoe with the rebound, and it's the Spurs ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Pass to Bellinelli. Back to Bledsoe. Over Oladipo. Another shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Pondexter's got 7 points in the game.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
And Wade to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Here is Bledsoe. The Pacers making the shot. Pacers with the rebound. Turner's got his 4th rebound in this one. Walker against Evans. Here's Bogdanovich. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Bogdanovich has got it back down to single digits for the Pacers. Bogdanovich. And Nate McMillan, a coach with multiple stops in his career, had good success last season with the Pacers.
And, you know, to some that was a surprise, but McMillan does a lot of things well as a coach. He communicates well, he demands accountability, and his teams typically play a smart brand of basketball, and actually it's a reflection of how Nate was as a player.
Pondexter with it. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Now here is Pirtle. Shoots over Turner, and it's sent back by Turner. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way. Here's Bogdanovich. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Outside for Bledsoe. Passes it to Bellinelli. Here's Walker. Covered by Evans. And it's Walker that time on the assist by Bellinelli. Walker's got his first 3 points of the game.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Turner.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And Miles Turner, obviously one of the strongest shot blockers, Clark, in the NBA, in large part to his length.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the timing, too, Kevin, is a big asset in blocking shots. I think he's already a strong defender, and he's only going to get better as he gets more experience and strength.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Miles Turner. McDermott comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Joseph in for Oladipo. They get it back. That's a two-pointer from Walker. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got his 4th assist in this one.
And that's another thing that makes Gasol such a special player. His passing is simply extraordinary.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really one of the best assets of Sabonis is his mind for the game. Very aware on the offensive end, knows how to create chances, and just plays the game with his mind as much as his athleticism.
Two.
Free throw good. Sabonis.
Domantas Sabonis, so versatile, brings so much to his position. He scores, he passes, rebounds, and defends at a high level.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. There's 57 seconds left to play in the third. Walker the pass to Medu. Gasol kicks to Walker. To the inside. McDermott with a steal.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
That would be ideal, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. They don't need to rush it, just need to get a quality shot, and quickly.
Now here's Joseph. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. 6 to shoot. On the top of the key, and that one comes up a bit short.
That's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
Here is Forbes. Here's DeRozan, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's San Antonio going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back to the action after this word. And let's listen in on what Nate McMillan had to say to his team.
Okay, you got to win this quarter. Listen, defend without fouling early. Okay, defend without fouling early. All right, and we get it out and we run.
Well, Coach McMillan, you can tell, pleading with his guys not to pick up any silly fouls.
Can't afford it right now, Kevin. Have to play smart from this point on.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the floor for San Antonio, Pau Gasol is out there with Medu. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Forbes in at the point. Pacers trail by 10. Now McDermott. Back to Joseph. "13 feet away." The rebound by the Spurs.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
And so here is Indiana, following the bucket by the Spurs. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Good on the shot.
Joseph has impressive handles. Really does a nice job using his dribble to carve out space for himself.
And so it's San Antonio with it. It's a 10-point game. And the pass to Medu. He kicks it to Gasol. Pass to DeRozan. Now here's Walker. Off target from three-point range. Evans outside. O'Quinn, high post. Here's Sabonis. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Outside DeRozan. Here is Forbes. He's covered by Joseph. And Walker kicks to DeRozan. Shot clock at 5. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. Pacers trail by 10. And here's Evans. McDermott with it. Back to Joseph. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
And Indiana making a change here. Young's checked in, and San Antonio also making a switch. Chris Middleton's checked in for Walker. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Joseph. Darren Collison, he's checked in for the Pacers. And so Gasol will bring it up for San Antonio. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Out to DeRozan. And they double up DeRozan. And Middleton the bucket on the assist from DeRozan. And the Spurs lead by 12.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Young finds Evans. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And how about the efficiency Evans has shown in the paint? Once he's got his position, he's looking to score.
Here is Forbes. Pass to Middleton. Passes it to Medu. Over Collison. Medu can't hit. Pacers trail by 10. Stolen by Middleton. Inside. Stolen by O'Quinn. Now here's Evans. Here's the three, and he's good on the three ball. Evans has got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and the intelligence there from Evans. His speed and strength makes him a tough guy to guard in that screen and roll.
Here is Forbes. Fades away, and it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Now here's Evans. It's stolen by DeRozan. Stolen by O'Quinn. Here's Joseph. Young outside. Kicks to Collison. Joseph against Middleton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. O'Quinn, the pass to Joseph. Fires from deep. And it's Evans missing. San Antonio leading by 7. The wide open look here for DeRozan. No good from outside. Evans dishes to Collison. The pass to O'Quinn, and it's Joseph in the corner. Connects from three-point range.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
Some changes for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Bogdanovich comes in for Tyreke Evans. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Corey Joseph. Eric Bledsoe's checked in for the Spurs. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. He was pretty clear-cut to them. He said, look, we need to play with some edge out there. I don't care what the lead is. Do not back off.
Oladipo misses. San Antonio leading by 6. In the corner, Middleton with it. No good with the triple. The Pacers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th. 4 of 9. Oladipo. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And you really can't fault the defense at all there. I mean, just got to give credit to Oladipo. Sometimes better O outshines decent D.
Here's Medu. Bledsoe outside. Here's DeRozan, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
One shot.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. Now Collison. He kicks to Young. Floats one up, and the layup is good.
And, you know, when Young floats up a shot like that, I don't think there's anybody in the league that can get to it because of his bounce and his reach.
Now here's Bledsoe. Offensive rebound. Out to DeRozan. Tries again. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. DeRozan's got 9 points here in the second half.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Collison finds Turner. Oladipo outside. From outside, off the mark.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
DeRozan's shot is off. Pacers trail by 7. Young taking his time here. 14 feet away. Second chance shot. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And the strength of Turner underneath the basket. This is a guy you don't want to mess around with down there.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Spurs?
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, but they also never seem to get cold
from mid-range, just kept hitting those shots with consistency.
And that one falls for Turner.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Now here's Gasol. And DeRozan kicks to Middleton. Three-pointer. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got his third assist on the night. And here's Collison. Pass to Turner. Bogdanovich against Bledsoe. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
Oladipo outside. He dishes it to Young. 6 to shoot. Oladipo, the pass to Collison. Over Bledsoe, and it's sent back by Bledsoe. To the paint, here's Middleton, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
I like seeing Middleton throw it down like that. Well, he's a great athlete, and he finishes with a little style, too.
Collison kicks to Turner. Oladipo outside. Indiana again missing.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter. And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
And it's Middleton penetrating. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovich.
And, you know, Middleton is really dangerous on the drive. He often gets to the rim in a heartbeat and forces defenders to end up fouling him.
Two shots.
That free throw missing.
And Middleton, the former second-round pick now, has put a lot of work in on his game. I mean, a ton of work. Really carving out a nice spot in the league as a result of his hard work.
He hits the second from the line. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Pacers.
Timeout.
Trailing by 10. Timeout called the Pacers.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
They had not been playing very good basketball coming into this game. And that's when a team needs its star players to step up and stop the bleeding, just like he did tonight. Now, here's Oladipo. And DeRozan sends it back.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
Pass to Bledsoe. Here's Medu. Passes it to DeRozan. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Gasol. It's rebounded by Indiana. Oladipo's got his 6th rebound on the night. Softly drops in the floater. Oladipo's got 4 points this quarter.
Now that's remarkable work inside from Oladipo. Not afraid to go up against the big guys down low.
Unloads from 9. It's stolen by Oladipo. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Bogdanovich, no luck. Spurs leading by 8. Bledsoe kicks to Gasol. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. .132 left in the 4th. Outside Gasol. Spurs working the ball around now. Count it. Good. 14 points for Eric Bledsoe.
Love the toughness of Bledsoe. Outstanding at maintaining his balance, even when you body him up.
Here's Oladipo. That one doesn't drop. Nice D from DeRozan. San Antonio's gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Shots good by Bledsoe.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Spurs.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
Most definitely. I mean, even though you see opponents outside of your conference only twice a year, you still don't want to have that feeling of being swept.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for DeMar DeRozan.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Hey, from role player to bona fide star, the jump Oladipo has taken has been outstanding. And he's not done yet, folks. He's continuing to grow.
Oladipo hits them both. There's 49 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And San Antonio has possession. Outside Gasol. Kicks to Middleton. Back to Gasol. And there's the pass to DeRozan. Now here's Bledsoe. Guarded by Oladipo. Middleton for 3. Second shot opportunity. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. He hits both from the stripe.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
Really left alone that time.
He's so good at shooting while in rhythm. Victor Oladipo. I like how he's reading the defense before shooting the pull-up J.
The clock now can just run out for the Spurs. Here is Forbes. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
DeMar, big effort tonight. What is the state of mind of this club right now?
We focus in on the defensive end. We know if we get stops, we can definitely score whenever we want.
And you got it done tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time